A program that began 87 years ago to help the hard of hearing has evolved into the Hearing and Speech Agency with programs that help the very young with communication disabilities to those in their golden years. Joining us to talk about the wide range of programs is Jeri Hessan, the immediate past president of the agency, and Rodney Toulson, who is currently on the board. Welcome both of you to On Time.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
We kind of given our viewers and listeners a thumbnail sketch of what you do. Can you go into a little bit greater detail, Jeri?
Well, the Hearing and Speech Agency, as you said, we help infants through people in their golden years.
Sure.
And we help people with hearing and speech related, any communication kind of problem, deafness. We also have a school there called Gateway School,
Okay.
which deals with children and educates them, and most of these children are in the autism spectrum at some point.
Okay.
At whether they be mildly on the autism spectrum or severely.
Okay.
And our professionals there are just excellent, and it's amazing. The children come in completely nonverbal.
Are you all finding that in many instances there's a connection, if not always but many times, between hearing impairment and autism?
I don't think that there's a direct connection with that now.
Okay.
But again, it's a communication problem,
Sure.
so
Okay.
that's something we're equipped to deal with.
Okay. Absolutely. And Rodney, you're on the board, and in your capacity, how do you help the organization?
Well, I'm a parent advocate and a parent liaison. My relationship with the board started 12 years ago when my son, Rodney, who's now 16, was diagnosed with autism.
Okay.
And the Hearing Speech Agency was instrumental through the Gateway School and with early intervention. Now he's thriving in high school, so I do a lot of public speaking, fundraising, anything I can to give back.
Right. Does having a hearing loss mean that you will necessarily have speech problems?
It contributes to your speech problems. I don't think, I'm not a speech therapist or an audiologist, I don't think it guarantees a speech problem, but for the most part, yes. And we also have programs in the evening and after school, American Sign Language programs and different things, because there's different ways to deal with hearing deficit.
Right.
Some choose cochlear implants, and we have a program to teach you what you are hearing then. Others, use American Sign Language. We also have people that go out to different sites to communicate with, for example, physicians.
Right.
So when you can't, get across your point, there's someone there that can always help you. And so we have a huge facility there to help those people.
Is there a benchmark right now, to your estimation, Jeri, since you're in this field, in terms of whether people feel like there should be more implanting of devices so folks can hear, or whether folks should work more on adapting themselves to the environment? I think it's one of the arguments that you've often hear in the community with those with vision impairments. There are some who feel like if you have a vision impairment, you adapt to society, and others feel like society should adapt to them.
There is a very strong deaf community in which they do not see themselves having a disability because
Sure.
they don't. And so that is why we have all sorts of programs to teach other people American Sign Language, because it's important that you can communicate with everyone in the deaf community.
Yes.
There's also been a growing interest, I guess because we're right near Johns Hopkins,
Right.
for cochlear implants, and such as your Bob Turk.
Yeah.
Received a cochlear implant. And so we have to keep up with all the various needs in the deaf community. So whether it be having someone help them communicate with others through our interpreters, or having a child get a cochlear implant and teaching not only the child what they're hearing, but teaching their parents or their adults in their life to understand what they're going through.
Right. Now, you mentioned Bob Turk and the cochlear implant that he received. That kind of dovetails into your upcoming Vibe event. Let's talk about that.
It's a great, great event. We started it in 2006. This is our 5th event, and it started so that we got our name out in the Baltimore area, so people knew we were there, and we do it to raise funds to help with all our various programs, including speech pathology, our interpreter service, the Gateway School.
Right.
We have an early intervention auditory program for very young children. And it's just a very fun evening. And we do it in May because May is Better Hearing and Speech Month.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's going to be at the Center Club on May 3rd.
Okay.
And it's a wonderful event.
And Bob Turk will be honored at the event.
Bob Turk will be honored as our Communicator of the Year.
And Mary Bubala, my colleague, is going to be hosting.
She's emceeing for the second time in a row, and she is just a delight.
Right. And Rodney, was your son at the Gateway School?
Yes, Rodney attended the Gateway School from 5 years until he started when he was 5 years old.
Right.
And he graduated at 12. So
Wow. So he was there for, I mean, for all of his matriculation through school.
Yes.
How much of a difference do you think it made for him to have gone through that program versus not receiving that specialized attention?
Well, anytime children with autism, one of the main points is early intervention, because as soon as you can get early intervention, the prognosis for the future is a lot better. And Rodney started his intervention when he was 5. So without the Hearing and Speech Agency and the specialized training of the staff and the curriculum and the teaching, it made a tremendous difference.
Yeah, and once he finishes school, he'll be able to live an independent life, doing whatever he wants to do. Is that how you and your family envision?
Absolutely, yes. In fact, he goes now to a school called the Harbor School, and we just received a letter today. They have a transitioning stage, and where they send him to different places to get employment opportunities, and he's going to be starting at Petco on March 25th. He'll be doing some stacking.
Okay, very good.
So
always good to make some money.
Absolutely.
He's excited about that?
Yes, and we are too.
Okay, but does he graduate this year or next year?
He'll actually graduate in 2 years.
In 2 years?
Yes.
He'll graduate in 2 years. All right, sounds good. Well, thank you, Jeri and Rodney, for coming on today. We do appreciate it.
Well,
and we wish you a lot of success. If someone's interested in the Gateway School, I would imagine a program like this obviously has a cost associated with it. How would one get to the school?
Well, we have a wonderful website that can give you information on all the things that we have to offer and how to go about if your child, if you would like to see about taking a tour and to see if your child is, if the Gateway School will be appropriate for them.
Yeah.
And it's hasa.org.
Okay. And do people normally get to you, Jeri, through a recommendation from a physician who believes that the child could benefit from the services?
Recommendation from a physician, from the schools, from early intervention, or just someone who's heard about it through someone else.
All right. Well, thank you both for coming on. We appreciate it today.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks very much.
All right. And once again, if you'd like more information on the Hearing and Speech Agency, give them a call, 410-318-6780. You can also go to their website, and you can support their mission by attending VIBE, which is May 3rd, beginning at 6:30 p.m. at the Center Club. For tickets, call 410-318-6780 or go to their website.